For 49 years, this scrap of paper has been our only evidence of alien contact. In 1977, a telescope in Ohio picked up a signal so strong and so strange, one astronomer literally wrote, "Wow." That word would name it forever. The signal lasted 72 seconds, then silence. It never repeated. Every telescope pointed back. Nothing, not a whisper. The signal came from Sagittarius, tuned to 1420 megahertz, the hydrogen line. Was it aliens? A cosmic accident? Or something we still cannot explain? This is the story of the most mysterious 72 seconds in human history. To understand why this signal baffled science, we need to understand the machine. Big Ear was not a dish. Flat wire mesh, 3 football fields wide in Ohio. Earth's rotation did the scanning. Any fixed point passed through its beam for exactly 72 seconds. Big Ear ran on an IBM 1130 computer, less power than a greeting card. It printed raw data onto paper, hundreds of pages daily. A volunteer, Jerry Ehman, took these stacks home and analyzed them by hand. 1s, 2s, maybe a 3. The quiet, forgettable noise of an empty universe. Night after night, page after page. Then, August 1977, something stopped him cold. A sequence that should not exist. 6, E, Q, U, J, 5. Ehman grabbed a red pen and wrote one word in the margin. Wow. Welcome to Nova Theory, where the universe stops making sense. It was not just the intensity, it was the shape. 6, E, Q, U, J, 5. Each letter maps to signal strength. U was off the charts. The source? A fixed point in deep space. Constellation Sagittarius. Not a glitch, not a plane. Fixed, stationary, real. And it was narrowband. Natural signals are wide and messy. This was razor sharp. Less than 10 kilohertz wide, almost impossibly focused. In 1977, only one thing produced a signal that narrow, an engineered transmitter. But the frequency, 1,420 megahertz. When a hydrogen electron flips its spin, it emits at this exact frequency. Hydrogen is the most common element in the universe. Every physicist everywhere knows this frequency. SETI calls it the water hole, the quietest channel in the radio spectrum. If any civilization wanted to say hello across the galaxy, this is the frequency they would use. Fixed source, alien frequency, transmitter structure. For 49 years, we could not rule it out. The Very Large Array, Parkes Observatory, all pointed at Sagittarius. Australia, New Mexico, Puerto Rico, every major facility on Earth, all pointing at the same spot, again and again. Nothing. The signal never repeated. In science, that means it does not exist. Skeptics said, a military satellite. But satellites move. This beam was perfectly stationary. In 2017, a new theory. 2 comets passing through the telescope beam. Comet 266P, Comet P/2008Y2. Compelling, until the physics killed it. Comets move. This signal held perfectly still. Theory debunked. Until a team at the University of Puerto Rico tried something different. Professor Abel Mendez and the Arecibo WOW project mined 17 years of archived telescope data. they found 4 signals matching the WOW profile. Narrowband, hydrogen frequency, fixed in deep space. But far weaker than 1977. The original was a shout. These were whispers. Mendez traced them to their source. Not aliens. Cold clouds of neutral hydrogen. Hydrogen clouds can produce narrowband signals naturally, but that raised an even bigger question. How did it get bright enough to reach us? How did a cold, dim cloud get bright enough? The same physics that powers a laser pointer. When this happens with microwaves in space, it's called a maser, a natural radio laser. At the hydrogen frequency, coherent, focused, powerful. Exactly what Big Ear recorded in 1977. But a maser needs a pump. In Sagittarius, one exists. A magnetar. A neutron star. Magnetic field 1 trillion times stronger than Earth's. Occasionally, they suffer starquakes, crust shifts, gamma rays, X-rays released. Here's what happened. In Sagittarius, behind a hydrogen cloud, a magnetar flared. August 1977. Gamma rays and X-rays slammed into the cold hydrogen cloud. The hydrogen atoms energized instantly. Stimulated emission began. The cloud became a natural radio laser the size of a solar system, pointed directly at Earth for exactly 72 seconds. As Big Ear drifted past, that beam found Ohio, and Jerry Ehman picked up his red pen. This explains everything. The frequency, the narrowband, the brightness, why it never repeated. It required perfect alignment. The magnetar had to flare at the exact second. Once the flare ended, the cloud went dark, the beam dissolved. When that magnetar flared, it was 177 AD. Rome still stood. For 18 centuries, that beam traveled silently through the void. Through Rome, the Renaissance, 2 world wars. Big Ear is gone, demolished in 1997 for a golf course. The universe called. We built a golf course, but we are still listening. The WOW signal made us smarter. We know what to look for now. 200 billion stars, billions of planets in the habitable zone. Are we really the only ones? The probability that we are the only ones is astronomical. 1 scrap of paper, 6 characters, 1 word. Whether magnetar and hydrogen cloud or something unimagined, nothing else comes close. For 49 years, we have been asking the same question. Is anyone out there? What do you think it was? Let me know in the comments. And if questions like this keep you awake, subscribe. Nova Theory goes there every time.